to Americans has increased from about 4% of the calls in 2017 to about 29% this year. And now a new report from First Irion projects that 45% of all cell calls will be from scammers in 2019. It's unacceptable, just awful. My question is for both of you. Are you seeing significant increases in fake emergency calls to your public safety systems or non-emergency response lines, regardless of whether they are purposeful swatting calls or spoof calls? And will the bills being discussed today protect against these threats? And we'll start with Mr. Curry, if that's okay.
I don't have any empirical data. I can say anecdotally they're on the increase. I've been in this particular position for a couple of years now. And as I said, I think we had one just a few months ago, an actual swatting call. So again, I would say that they're on the rise. But again, I don't have data to back.
What about the bills that are being discussed today? Will they make a difference?
I hope so.
In your opinion?
I would hope that they would.
Okay, very good. Anyone else want to touch that? Any questions?
Thank you, Captain Stark.
Yeah.
So just like Mr. Curry, I don't have any empirical data either, but there's definitely steady in our municipality. While they may not be on the increase, they're definitely constant. So that's one of the things. The three bills that we're talking about here today, I think will have a significant positive impact on the job that we do every single day.
Good, good, good. And again, if you have any input on how we can improve, in addition to those three bills, please don't hesitate. I guess it's Mr. Stark.
Just to echo what's been said is that this legislation, I think Mr. Pallone in his statement said this will also help keep first responders safer. And if first responders are safer, to include call takers and dispatchers, then we can do our job better in protecting the public.
Very good. Thank you. Mr. Curry, in your testimony, you mentioned that finding a caller's location is determined through manual entries and interrogation. Do you have any estimate on how long it typically takes to get an accurate emergency location? Or worse, are there situations where a location cannot be identified? And can you explain how the next generation 911 will help bring down these numbers?
If there's any delay at all, that's a problem because seconds count. So if it's just a couple of seconds to locate where the caller is, that's an issue. The other problem is I'd mentioned that we have a major interstate. People call 911 because again that's the universal number to call, and they're moving. So as they're moving, we're still trying to track their location, which is very difficult, and it has to be done through manual entry. And again, as I mentioned, through interrogation. We get a lot of transient traffic, and they just don't know where they are. I couldn't tell you how long it takes on an average, but the next gen 911 and some of this other software I'd mentioned before would actually put the person's location within, I want to say, about 3 meters, and it would do it quickly and continuously.
Very good. Thank you. And again, thank you for your service. Appreciate it. Thanks for putting your lives on the line to protect us, and we need to be as helpful as we possibly can. Thank you. I yield back.
Thank you very much. The chair recognizes Mr. Johnson for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I too want to thank you, gentlemen, for your service. Thanks for being here today. Mr. Reyes and Captain Starks, shifting gears just a little bit, what are some of the most extreme or alarming circumstances where someone called 911 where they should have called a non-emergency number? You got any examples, Mr.